What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're gonna love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Oh, I was like, you're not hitting record.
Yes, I'm in control of this recording now.
Yeah, because I sent you the link today.
Yeah.
To be invited.
Yeah, I'm merely just a guest today, so.
No, you really are.
Yeah. Literally a guest in terms of Casey's eyes and StreamYard's eyes. It's great.
Just a guest.
Man, just a guest. That's it. Well, this guest would like to say welcome to everybody. Welcome to that was a good segue.
You're so proud of yourself.
Using the noggin for that one.
You're so proud of yourself.
Welcome, everybody, to Underground Circuit. This is episode number 108. I'm getting good with these episode numbers, too.
You are, because I never remember.
Yeah, I'm getting good. Like I said, episode number 108. Thank you for tuning in today. If you guys are fans of the show, or if you like us and you like how much we yap and we discuss racing and everything, and we talk about F1 and all the stuff that surrounds it and all the shit that surrounds it, please make sure to go follow us on Instagram and Threads at @UndergroundCircuit_. The name of the show is spelled the exact same way in our social medias. Make sure to go follow us over on Twitter/X at UGCircuitPod, and then over on TikTok at @Underground_Circuit. Again, spelled the exact same way as the show is. Made it easy for you guys, easy to go find. Make sure, like I said, make sure to go follow us over on our social media channels. We are so close to hitting 14,000 followers.
So close.
We're like right there. So make sure to head on over. That's mostly Casey posting. She does great job with it. I am over at _circuit Owen for Threads.
With a great profile picture.
With a great profile picture. Thank you, McLaren, again, for that profile picture. That's actually McLaren from this event.
Yeah,
from where
IndyCar.
I got their shirt. Yeah. From St. Pete IndyCar. So great times, great vibes all around over on, especially on Threads. So make sure to go follow us. We have a good one today. We are going to be pretty IndyCar focused today.
Very IndyCar focused.
Yeah, very IndyCar focused. So we're going to be doing our normal meme of the week. We will be doing our news of the week as well, which is 2 F1 news bits and then 1 IndyCar /F1 news bit.
Oh yeah, so what are you talking about?
Yeah, so that'll be good. And then we're doing a special. This is probably not special because we're gonna start doing it, I think, regardless.
The first one.
Yeah. A special IndyCar focused pints and pit stops.
I'm so nervous.
Obviously we didn't have an F1 race this weekend, but the IndyCar boys raced over in Indianapolis for the Sonsio Grand Prix, which is if you're unfamiliar, that is the IndyCar circuit, but it's road course. It's the road course at Indianapolis.
The one the F1 drivers used to drive on.
Yeah, so it's not the oval in Indianapolis. That is the next race coming up. That's the Indy 500. So we'll do a special pints and pit stops. That'll go right into our Sonsio GP recap. Great race. Loved it. Very good, fun race. And then we'll jump into our Imola predictions. And we asked Casey this week for F1Threads Mailbag, asked what your guys' prediction were for Imola. So we'll get into that. Like I said, fun one. Should be good.
Yeah.
Let's get after it.
Meme of the week. I can go first. Let me take away So my meme of the week is actually IndyCar related. And this was the podium. Well, 2 of the 3 on the podium. Alex Palou, Will Power, and then obviously Pato O'Ward. But this was when they got up there. There was no champagne up there first. So this is those 2 being like...
They're very confused.
Yeah. They're like, where the hell did it go? Willpower looks like I came here for one reason. Well,
that's
only,
that's what they drive for is the champagne. That's
the champagne. But yeah, so I just thought it was hilarious. I could have had another meme of the week specifically with IndyCar as well. From today actually, because I was watching the day one of practice.
From Indy 500 practice.
Today was the first day of IndyCar 500 practice. Well, it was a little delayed because there was rain, just like there was rain here.
Yeah.
So they didn't run for like most of the morning, but it was like when the coverage came on, it was like watching preseason testing in F1. It was like the randomest broadcast. It was so funny.
Oh, I
But
love
they
it.
kept cutting to Pato O'Ward. The first time they cut to him, he's talking to you and find out UPS. And then they cut back to him at like 30 minutes later, and they're like, "Are you still on hold?" And he like shows his son. He's like, "Yes, I've been on hold for almost 40 minutes, over 40 minutes." So he was trying, and the face he made was so good. So that was the specific meme that I wanted to use. But he was on hold because he was trying to get his special Indy 500 helmets here. They were coming from
Oh,
Germany, and he was trying to get them here. And he goes, they said they tried to deliver them. He goes, I'm trying to tell him, like, no, ring the doorbell. People are there. They will be able to answer and
yeah.
accept delivery. He goes, now they're telling me I still owe something on customs because when I first called, they couldn't tell me what exactly I would owe for customs, but now I owe. And then I forget who was interviewing him was like, do you think is it DHL? Is it Alex Pillow trying to keep you from not racing? And he goes,
Yeah.
no, it's actually not Alex Pillow, it's UPS. So I was like, and they finally, as I got closer to them racing, so they didn't go back and interview him again, but they posted on social media, they're like, don't worry, the helmets are here. Like, they
Yeah,
got
good.
delivered. But it was so funny. I was like, this is what like a red flag during, or like downtime during F1 preseason
Yeah.
testing feels like. It was so random. It was so funny. But
But
that
that's like middle of the night, 24 hours at Le
Mhm.
Mans type of coverage right
Yes.
there. Like,
Yeah.
just the most randomest shit, and they're just like talking about whatever to fill the time.
Yeah. They
But
like
that
don't-
is, I think they, celebrity athletes. They're just like us,
They're just like us.
struggling to get their packages delivered.
Fighting with UPS on the phone. So yeah. But those are my memes of the week. Now time for Owen.
That's good. My meme of the week, very, very culturally relevant. We have a new pope.
Yes.
It has been decided. We have an American pope. We have a Chicagoan pope.
Yep.
And we also have a Villanova pope, which is great because that means the pope probably ate at some Dogo Wawa before. It's just fantastic to think about. But this is a picture of a Alpine smoking from the exhaust. And it is just, it looks like the smoke that they use to signify when the pope has been selected. So the pope has finally been decided, and it's an Alpine. It's an Alpine pope. But I thought it was funny, like I said, cultural relevance. But
I
yeah,
like that one.
Pope eating at a Wawa in Delco.
Oh my god, I could have had another meme of the week.
Oh my god.
And it had to do with Leo, not the Pope.
Oh, is it the Pope? Is it Pope Leo?
Yes.
Oh.
That could have been my other meme of the week. I could have had like 12. We had no race talk about. I could have done like 14, like 12.
Gotta fill the time with all the memes.
Could have done so many because there was also another one I was debating from an F1 video today, but like I didn't think the sound was gonna come through, so whatever. So good. But yes, that was meme of the week. Let me change it back to weekly news. As always, weekly news is brought to you by IPF1Store.com. Link is in our bio. Link is at the website at the bottom of the. If you're watching on the YouTube, use code Underground10 to spell things the same way as our show to get 10% off your entire purchase. You've heard us say it now for weeks, for months, for over a year. The coolest pieces of artwork. Highly, highly, highly recommend. So
yes,
go look over there. Go shop over there. But yes, weekly news. So last week we talked about Oliver Oaks because it happened like 2 hours before we recorded. Oliver Oaks leaving Alpine immediately, and everyone was like speculating it was because he didn't want Jack to go. He was against Franco coming in. Flavio Briatore was like, no, this is not why I'm saying, like, he kind of put a statement out being like, no, I like Oliver, I appreciate, like, then the news comes out.
Which I want to say before you jump into the news that followed Oaks' resignation, the Flavio statement at the time sounded like just a corporate speak of, I'm putting this out there just because I kind of have to, like, oh, we're still friends, and it's like, you're just covering your ass. It was
like, let me cover all of Alpine. It was like, cover your base and your ego or whatever with this statement. But no, it turns out news breaks a few days later, and I swear to God, this is what Drive to Survive is waiting for. This kind of a scandal. It's been a while.
The Netflix producers for Drive to Survive just are eating this shit up.
Isn't it early season of Drive to Survive was Force India? How they talk about like all like whole scandal they had.
It's season 1. There's like a whole half an episode dedicated to it about, it's Perez and somebody and Stroll driving there. I think it's Stroll. I could be wrong. And then they're talking about the owner, and they're talking about the team itself, and then they're like, "Oh, we don't know." Like the owner's into some shady shit. So then it's like he goes to court, and then they're like, "We don't know if we're getting paid." Like all the worker, it's this whole thing.
And then Daddy Stroll comes in and says,
and then Lawrence Stroll rolls in. He's like, "This team's going to become Aston Martin now."
Yeah. But yes, so the news broke a few days later that Oliver Oakes kind of abruptly left straight from Miami, first of all, because his brother was arrested in... Was he arrested in Dubai?
Dubai.
He was arrested in Dubai and found with wads of cash on him, and it said for transporting criminal evidence or criminal, like,
I'm blanking on the word, but it's almost like criminal content. Like a good way to, like a good paraphrased way to say it.
Yeah. Right? So, long story short, the article when it first came out, I was like, that's why I texted you, Mark, and I was like, hello. But like that's when I saw the article who was written by, I was like, oh, okay, this is legit. I was like, if it's written by her, this is legit. So Oliver Oakes, we've known, he's pretty big within high tech, which is in the feeder series. And so is his brother. But I didn't realize that they were kind of put in place when the Mazepins were taken out of the sport because of their ties to Russia. And I think are kind of the faces or the hands in high tech and maybe still some illegal shit.
Probably, yeah.
Yes. So the article also said that the specifically the F2 cars were impounded, which there's an Italian driver going to race this weekend in Imola, and does he have a car? Yes or no? We don't know. It's Dino. Dino is in high tech, and it's in Italy. And is he gonna be able to race his home race? Does he have a car?
The best part about this too is this was what, Friday last week? We've heard nothing since. There's been no follow-up to this. It's literally was Ali left Miami in like a rush.
Yep.
And he went to Dubai because his brother was arrested for these
things. Article at first made it seem like they didn't know where Ali was. They were like, his whereabouts are unknown. I swear in the first article I read.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was just his brother that was doing some shady shit still, or if Oliver Oakes, who everyone was like, is a great person, is a good leader, is also doing some shady shit. But put on my conspiracy hat.
Let's hear it.
Get
the tinfoil hat on.
No, what we talked about last week.
Oh, yes.
Tinfoil hat. And now people were saying if Horner's out, like, is Oliver Oakes gonna get back in? I don't think now Oliver Oakes.
I don't think now.
Get the call.
I can see it being. I can totally see this playing out because, like you said, Oliver Oakes is a very nice guy. He's very well respected. I could totally see it being. Ali just removed himself from the situation at Alpine just to distance himself from the organization. He didn't want that to come down on the organization. He didn't want it to come down on Jack, on Pierre, on Franco, all of these people. He didn't want them to deal with media questions about it.
Yeah.
They will still get questions about it. There's no doubt in my mind that at Imola this week, Pierre, Franco, they're gonna get questions about what's going on with Ali. What do you think about this?
Flavio's gonna be in that team principal press conference. You know it. We'll get that scheduled tomorrow. He's 100% gonna be in that press conference.
But I could see it being that Ali probably, definitely has more details about the situation than the public does. Kind of understands maybe how severe it is, and was like, I'm not messing around here. I love. Quote unquote, I love Alpine too much to like have them be drugged down with me because of this. So he was like, screw it, I'm out. I'm distancing myself from the organization just because of that reason. I can see it playing out that way.
Yeah, I could see it playing out. That way. I also, what was I going to say? Oh, I don't know if it was an Ollie's statement or maybe Flavio's statement being like, I thought of him like a father, like he was like a father to me or a son to me. People are like, well, yeah, no, duh, because Flavio Briatore does some shady shit, and now
Yeah.
Oliver Oakes might be doing some shady stuff. But yeah, that's what. After we finished recording last week, that's what transpired. And like Owen said, we have no idea what.
There was no follow-up to it.
No follow-up.
Honestly, the most follow-up we got to it was the next bit of news, which was Franco Colapinto is in and Alpine and Jack Doohan is out.
Which I knew that was coming the minute Oliver Oakes' resignation was posted. I prepped the Franco's
you knew
graphic.
Even regardless of everything that's happening with Ollie, it sounds like Ollie was like the last line of defense for Jack and everything at Alpine. So him leaving this way, it honestly, it might just be like a really bit of like bad coincidence.
Bad timing. Yeah.
Like horrible timing
yeah.
for Jack, where it's like Ollie was the last line of defense. Oh shit, this happens with Ollie. Ollie leaves. Okay, now Franco's in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, listen. We say this every time someone kind of loses their seat in F1 or gets kicked out, like stuff. It sucks to see that happen. These are people that are driving, that are working their entire lives to get to the point where they're at now. Jack worked his entire life to get that call from Flavio saying, "Hey, we're going to put you in the seat in F1." To see him get kicked out is brutal, but to see Franco get a chance again at a spot is exciting to see. He made an impact. We talked last year about how he had 9 races or something with Williams as a tryout, and we think he did a pretty damn good job with the tryout. So it's exciting to see him back. They're sensitive. Sorry about that, everybody. Had a little.
I thought it was like. I don't know.
Fire scared.
Also, there was like a video report like playing in my ears or something. But your face was like.
Sorry about that.
I was trying to scroll back, continuing about Franco, because they made it. It's wild to know that the team posted this on their social media. It's out in the public for everyone to know.
Oh, yes. I'm so happy you're bringing this up.
Franco has 5 races. 5.
Yeah. So this is the other point that I was gonna get to. It is weird to me. It is a bad move to put it out there that he's got 5 races.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Franco sees it the other way, where it's like, okay, I know I have 5 races to do as best I can, but then it's like, say, God forbid, Imola is rainy, right?
Yeah,
Franco,
which there's a chance.
Right. Through no fault of Franco's own, he spins out, crashes, somebody clips him, right? He's out of the race.
Yeah.
He's then immediately thinking, oh, crap, there's one of my 5 gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird to me that they were like, yes, we're going to publicly put this out there that he's got 5 races and we'll go from there. So what's it going to be? Say he doesn't perform in those 5 races. Are you then going to swap
it's
back in? And then if he doesn't perform in 5 races, go to somebody else?
I think it's going to be like Paul Aaron. Or do they throw... What's his name? Oh, no, he's with Haas now. I was trying to think of who was the reserve driver in Japan. But he's with Haas now.
Yes. Yeah, I'm blanking on the name, too. I hate it.
I think it's going to be Paul Aaron. But then, what happens if Paul Aaron sucks? There's still races at the end of the season.
You're putting yourself into this cycle of quote-unquote rookies that you don't know what's going to work out. It's like, all right, it's like you're doing guess and check in math, where it's like, oh, see if that works. Oh, no, and okay, swap them out.
Franco gets some of the narrowest racetracks coming up first.
Yeah.
With Imola, Monaco, Montreal.
And a fucking ringer on those first 2 races. Header. Imola and Monaco, and then you're in a triple header too?
And then Montreal.
Come on.
And then what's at the end of June? That's 5.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's absurd. Again, it's weird. The weird thing to me is that they put out he has 5 races.
5.
Right? Just make it. Hey, We
I'm
signed.
gonna say it.
You know,
Take a page out of Red Bull's book and don't tell us how many races he has. Okay.
yeah. Don't tell us anything. Well, the only thing we need to know as viewers is Jack Doohan's been replaced by Franco Colapinto.
Yeah.
That's it. Kaput. Period. At the end, like done. That's it.
They're
That's all
gonna-
we need to know.
You know who's watching this and is like, yes, our McLaren. Because last year with that third seat, they had how many freaking drivers going?
Yeah, honestly.
They're probably gonna be like, we're never gonna be talked about again as like,
Yeah.
like wild. Yeah, no, it's pretty insane. That they flat out were like, yeah, five races. That's
Right.
wild. That's the end of June. We have a triple header. That's the Franco could be out of the car if he's awful by
Right.
the end of June.
Right. That's the thing.
By the
Yeah,
time we get to Silverstone, someone new could be in that car.
Right. The fact that they're doing it, hey, he's got 5 races and his first 3 are a triple header is brutal.
Where qualifying matters so much.
Right. And you're saying, hey, kid who's got
Yeah.
9 races under his belt and is desperately trying to win a position in this sport, go qualify in Monaco for your second race back.
You know, Pierre's probably like, let me qualify in the top 10 away from Franco so he doesn't end up in a situation like last year with
Honestly.
walk on again.
It's a weird situation. It's an odd, like I said, it's an odd PR move to pull from Alpine's spot. All we need to know as viewers is Jack's been replaced by Franco. There you go. If you internally know it's 5 races, then okay, you internally know that it's 5 races. We don't need to know that information. It's just odd.
It's really odd. Moving on to another piece of kind of IndyCar F1 news, and I do want to add something after this. I just don't have it noted because this is quick. McLaren's let us know very, very early. I think everyone could assume this was going to happen again. Pato O'Ward will be driving in FP1 during Mexico or in Mexico. They didn't say for which driver because obviously I think things could change. Things could be very close.
Yeah,
by
it's
that
way too early to decide that.
Yeah. So, but that's what we know. And like I said, I think everyone knew that was going to be a given.
Yeah.
For Mexico. The last thing I wanted to add, we finally know all the special liveries for the Indy 500. I posted an article earlier today from the IndyStar.com with a list of them all. Most like Alex Palou and Scott Dixon and stuff and all of them have normal ones. I think Scotty Mack is like a vintage yellow, like he's using like a throwback livery.
Okay.
We obviously know the Iron McLarens, they're white, which they looked so nice on track today. And then they have special white race suits. So I'm gonna make a guess right now. I can make a bet. McLaren is going to have special race suits for Monaco, and they'll look exactly the same.
Oh, I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah,
they're look exactly the same because they like to do that stuff. They like to, especially because Monaco and Indy 500 are on the same day. They do like to do something special and similar between the two of them. So I have a feeling we will see something special from
Zach
McLaren.
Brown lives for the corporate synergy. You know, he loves it.
If Zach Brown could make it to the Indy 500 in time from the Monaco GP, I think he would.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him. I would try to.
Totally make it.
Absolutely.
Colton Herta, this is just some of the like ones that I've known specifically about. Colton Herta will be racing. It's his normal car design, but his number 26 is going to look like Dan Weldon's number 26 is the driver who died at the Indy 500 one year.
Yeah.
So it's the exact same style. So he's running that.
That's cool. That's a nice
from
touch.
now
I like that.
until it looks really, really nice. The video they did is cool because it's just them like cleaning off his number 26 and then it transitions to that 26.
Nice. Yeah.
The funniest one is and for Andretti, I think it's Marcus Ericsson. It's with Allegra, so it's like Allegra Andretti. So it just but springtime in Indianapolis, I think it makes many people are gonna need Allegra,
it's gonna make sense. Yeah.
But there's a lot. I think like Louis Foster's doing with a tequila brand. Nolan Siegel posted his special helmet today and it looks really, really nice. It's white with like the blue details and stuff. But
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he posted it earlier today. But that's weekly news. That is, like I said, that article I did post it, but there's pictures because they were all on track today and stuff. So a lot of the pictures are from like either the releasing or from them on track of the special livery. But most go all out, and there's even like the ones that join in, like Helio Castroneves is going to be driving. What's the guy? He's the pit lane reporter, the Australian in IndyCar now. He's driving this for Indy 500. I can't think of his name. Jack. His first name's Jack. Can't think of his last name. I'm blanking completely. Yeah, you do. You do know who I'm talking about. It's just I can't think. Like he's in the pit lane reporter. It's the two guys and the girl.
Oh,
for Fox.
yes, yeah.
It's the younger guy.
Yeah.
He's driving, and there's obviously Kyle Larson's doing the double again. But yeah.
Is gosh, what's her name?
No, I don't think so. I
she-
haven't seen her.
Okay. Kathy
Yeah.
Kathy something?
Yeah, Kathleen Legg. I haven't.
Yes.
She wasn't there. They weren't talking about her today. I didn't see her name on the list. I think there's
Okay.
31 cars that are.
Wow. Okay. All right.
But yeah.
That's gonna be good. I didn't have the chance to like sit down and watch that last year, and I want to make it like a note to do it.
Oh,
Like,
I want to. If we're not doing anything because I know it's Memorial Day weekend, but like I want to take in the entire day.
Yeah,
the entire day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I want to at least. I think I watched the start when we were like on the way home from something, and then because it was rained out for so long, so it started so much later. And then
that's right. Yeah, because they were worried last year about getting it done before it got too dark.
Yeah, and Kyle Larson needed to leave. He literally, I don't even think he did an interview. He got out of the car and booked Dixie to get to the NASCAR race because they even delayed the NASCAR race, I think, for him. But yeah, that was weekly news. It's wild. That was day one of practice. They practice so much before they do any. I can't remember what's it called is. When's the first day of like qualifying technically, but.
Oh, I just had that up. It is
that
practice begins Tuesday. Oh, it's saying practice begins Tuesday, May 16th. Qualifying rounds are held on Saturday and Sunday, May 17th and 18th. So this weekend. This Saturday and Sunday.
I remember texting you last year being like, turn on IndyCar
Indy
500 qualifying because the speeds today during practice, they don't post their times. Like during practice, they were posting their top speeds. Yeah. And they were going like 225.
Well, it is very cool and very unique that the way they qualify for Indy 500 is off of your speed and not your oval time or your lap time. You know,
and I like that they give them like a certain amount of time. So like, there's only one car on the track. There's no traffic that can come in handy. Like you
don't have to worry about a thing getting on the track. And then it's like, I think you have 3 laps or something.
I think you have 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6 laps, and then they take your average speed from those laps. And then it's like, it's such a unique thing to do for a qualifying event. And it makes sense because it's on an oval. So it's like they have that opportunity to keep their foot on the floor more and go around the circle and everything. So I think it's a really unique way to do it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching. I'll definitely try and watch qualifying, at least Saturday. But yes, moving on, pints and pit stops. I'm very nervous for this.
Pints and pit stops. So if you are new to the show, if you are a brand new listener, Pints and Pit Stops is a trivia segment that we do. And the pit stop portion of it is Casey or I, whoever is answering the questions has to answer them as quickly as possible.
5.
For every question, 5 questions, thank you. For every question that you get right, it's a second off your time. For every question that you get wrong, it's a second added on to your time. The pints portion of it, however, is just a fun little alliteration we want to do. And I really like trying new beers. I love finding different IPAs to try out and everything. So I typically try to have a beer with me when we do this segment. This week, I do have a beer with me. It is called, full disclosure, I have had this before, but I'm thrilled to be having it again because it's delicious. This is by Levante Brewing Company. It is Cloudy and Cumbersome. It is an IPA, and it's described as a quintessential New England-style IPA that's hazy, balanced, and dry hop to perfection. Endlessly approachable, the choice is easy. If you are, like, not an IPA person, this is a good one to try because it's
like
very easy. Yes, like, it's not super hazy. It's not super, like, thick. Like, sometimes, like, an IPA can be, like, oh, like, this is, like, really just, like feels like a milkshake. This one's not. It's delicious, yes.
Also, the name is kind of perfect for it today.
Yes, it is. It is also 5.9 alcohol per volume, so it's not bad. It's not a heavy drink. So, get a crack.
Oh, that was your best one
That was
yet.
good. That was good. So
Kyle's gonna make the
God, that
Kyle's
is so
gonna make
good.
the clip art again of us both drinking.
That is so good. So today, I will be quizzing Casey, like we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, because there was no F1 race, and we want to start doing this more normally. We're doing pints and pit stops for IndyCar.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these questions you'll answer, I'll give you a heads up. All these questions can be answered if you A, watch the race, or B, you watch the 30-minute highlights that they post to their YouTube after every race.
So I watched the full race, and then
Okay.
right before we got started, I had the end of practice come on, and it got rained out, so they started replaying the race, but it like sped up so much. I think it was much shorter.
Oh,
Than
they were
30
cutting.
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were getting to the end. So I think
Yeah.
one thing happened, and I am remembering in my head because I think it might be a question, and if it's not, I'm screwed.
All right. So I will hold up my phone as the timer, and I will read. I'll read the first question, and then I will start the timer once the question is done. So,
Okay.
5 questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
No.
Who overtook Alex Palou going into turn 1?
Graham Rahal.
How far back was Colton Herta when he came out of his first pit stop?
Oh, he's a lap behind. A lap down.
How many times has Graham Rahal placed second at this specific race?
Oh, was it like 3 times?
Why did Lundgaard receive a penalty?
Oh, I knew this was going to be one. I don't know. I'll take those.
How many laps were left when the caution flags started flying?
20? The question
All right,
I thought you were going to ask was not in there.
What did you think I was going to ask, first of all?
When did Alex Palou overtake Graham Rahal? And it came.
I was going to put that one. I was going to put that. And then they flew the caution flags, and I was like, oh, I want to put this one because it was the first caution since lap 1 at St. Pete. So I was like, oh, I'll put that in there instead.
No, when they had it on right before we started recording, they came back from the one commercial break, and it cut to Alex Palou overtaking it, and I was like, lap 58, 58,
Yeah.
58, 58.
Casey's writing it down. She's like, I know that's going to be it.
I knew you were going to ask about Lundgaard. I knew it.
You did really well.
Oh.
You did very well. So your gross time as we start is a 26:55. Who overtook Alex Palou going into turn 1? You said Graham Rahal. The correct answer is Graham Rahal.
Team owner, Graham Rahal.
So that's one question, right? I'm going to write this down so that way I can record it correctly in my shortcut. How far back was Colton Herta when he came out of his first pit stop? You said 1 lap. He was 1 lap down.
I can hear Will Buxton in my head.
Yeah. How many times has Graham Rahal placed second at this race? You said 3 times. He has placed second 3 times.
Oh, I totally guessed.
Why did Christian Lundgaard receive his penalty? He crossed the pit line on exit.
Oh,
so he's coming out of pit lane. He's coming out of pit lane. He locks up, and because he locks up, he goes a little wide. His back tire crosses over the line.
What we all thought Lando did, but he didn't end up doing.
Correct. Yeah. So I will. You said I don't know.
You don't have to give it to me because I literally could not remember.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And then how many laps were left when the caution flags started flying? You said 20.
Mm-hmm.
It was 16. You were close.
Okay.
You were close. But 3 out of 5. That's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
You lost more time than you gained. So
I just felt like there was such a chunk in that race where like nothing really happened. So I was like, oh no, what's going to actually?
Well, I won't lie. When I first made it, I got maybe the first 3 questions within
right away.
The first like 10 minutes of the video. And then because I watched a good chunk of the race live, and then I watched the highlights just to make sure I was getting information correct. And like I said, I got a chunk of my questions within the first 10 minutes of the video, and then I didn't get the last 2 until like the last like 5 minutes, honestly.
No,
like
it was
5
like
or 8 minutes left. I got the
it was
last
like
2
Palou
questions.
overtook him, and then like all hell broke loose for different things.
So, jumping in to your times, your fastest time still remains at a 24:76. So you were close. Well, actually, did you just get that now?
I just beat it. I started at 26.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
Your net time, I didn't tell you your net time at the end. It's a 25:55.
Okay.
Was your time today. Your fastest time is a 24:76. Your average time now is a 25.8.
Okay.
So
not bad.
That's good. My average time still got fucked by last week.
Last week sucked for you. Pay attention this week because I'm asking about Imola.
Yeah. God.
I'm like, who overtook on lap 17?
Yeah. On lap 17 at this specific turn, who overtook who?
But IMS. Sonsio. Is that how you say it? Sonsio or
I heard Sonsio.
Sonsio. Sonsio Grand Prix.
Sonsio Grand Prix is what I heard at the start of the race.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I think it's so cool that they run a different course, but also backwards. So like the way they entered the pit lane during the Indy 500 was the pit exit for the race this past Saturday. I love a good Saturday race, I have to say. It was nice watching it on Saturday.
It honestly, watching a Saturday race now gives the same feeling as like a 3-day weekend where it's like after you have Friday and Saturday, you're like, oh my God, I still have tomorrow off. Whereas like a race on Saturday or a race in general, you're like, it's Sunday, I'm going to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's like a race on Saturday, you're like, And on a race on Saturday, you're like, oh shit, today's Saturday. I have Sunday. Like
that'd be like in 2 weeks for Memorial Day weekend. Be like, oh, we still have Monday off.
We still have Monday off.
But yes,
that's gonna be so nice for the Indy 500. Oh,
Monaco and the Indy 500. That's what I'm saying. Maybe just come over. I'll just come watch them all day.
That's what I was just about to say. You want to come over and watch it? You want to watch both races?
Why not? Yes, not Indy 500. Sorry, the race at IMS. I was able to watch qualifying Friday evening, which was wild because you had all 3 Graham Rahal Letterman drivers within the top 4 or top 5.
Yeah, wild. They decided to turn it on out of fucking nowhere.
Which I always forget David Letterman has a hand in that team.
Yeah, so that was honest. Actually, jump back to this. When I wrote the first question, who overtook Alex Blow, I wrote Graham Rahal, and then as soon as I typed out Rahal, I was like, "Wait, that's not his name because that's a team name." And then because I immediately thought Rahal Letterman, and I was like, "Wait a minute!" And then I double checked, and I was like, "Oh no, it's Graham Rahal. Okay, it's him." And then I'm like, I went maybe 2 seconds forward in the highlights, and they were like, driver of his father's team and everything, and I was like, "Oh, that's why." Yeah,
and David Letterman, so that, which was qualifying was great, but at the start or before. During the warm-up laps on Saturday, which race day in IndyCar, they always do laps way before, even before the Indy next race.
Indy next, yeah.
Yeah, so they were doing warm-ups then, and what's the rookie on Louis Foster, who's Graham Rahal on that team. He was it's the highest he's ever qualified. He was doing very well, but then during the warm-up, he started having issues and was falling back. I think then on the laps where they get into place was having an issue, and they called off the start. I think for the race at first. I think it did another lap before the car went in.
I think they did, yeah.
Before the pace car went in, or whatever. But yes, the start was pretty good. Watching Alex Blow not get the start was.
The start was very good and amazing that it was clean. Like IndyCar lately has been killing it with these clean race starts. And I know it's not like the league is making that happen.
Well,
the sport is making that happen. But just the fact that we've been given that as viewers of the sport is great.
Well, and especially because turn 1 there is pretty severe.
Tight. Yeah, it's a tight braking zone that they have to. I mean, you're flying down the straight, and then it's all of a sudden, like you said, it's a hard braking zone into that right-hand turn, and it was like
that's
where
Emilia left, I think.
Yeah, and it goes into a right. It's really interesting the start of the race. I'm pretty sure because it goes into a right-hand turn, back immediately into the left, and then there's this really tight chicane that follows it. But the drivers don't even take it as a chicane. They literally just position their car
And
straight
just-
through the middle.
Yeah.
And they'll like run, like the tires will hit left side, like the curb on the left. And then almost immediately after they're done, they'll hit tires on the right side, like on the curb. And it looks awesome. Like it's a really cool section where they can position the cars like that and just drive straight
smooth.
through.
Yeah, no, it's really. I do agree. It is. That was cool to watch. I do think I think two people spun off or ran off at the start. There was two people. Oh, it was Colton Herta. Wasn't Colton Herta someone after the first lap? Didn't he go off a little bit?
No, because Colton made it first through, and then he was having issues, which is why he hit it on the first.
It was two at the
lap.
back that didn't make contact or whatever, but almost maybe and kind of ran off, but they kept going. It didn't cause a caution.
No, they were able to spin. I forget who it was. You're right, but it was clean because it was they both spun and then they immediately just turned right back around on the track and were kept going, so they were good. But
I do have to say, you knew this, kind of jumping ahead. You knew Alex Palou was just sitting and waiting because it was a mandatory 3-stop race. So pit stops are coming. That one where they both went in at the same time, I was like,
oh, so good.
But Graham Rahal being towards the back of the pit lane, I do think helped him a little bit to get back out ahead of Alex Palou. But I mean, Alex Palou's pit lane people were speedy.
Dude, they were spot on, and I loved. Again, jumping ahead a little bit, but I loved that when he finished the race, the first people he's thanking is the pit crew and everything, basically saying this race was all you guys. It was cool to see that.
I think after the third pit stop, they showed his pit lane, pit crew, and they were all you knew they were yeah, we were good. We just
we got that. Yeah,
they were that was perfect.
Yeah, because Will Buxton calls that out on the broadcast. He says something oh yeah, you can see them in the background high-fiving each other and saying good job and everything. I mean, the other thing too that kind of screwed over Rahal, he burned a lot of the push to pass. There was a 25-second gap between him and Alex in terms of push to pass.
He looked, and I don't even know why. He was ahead at the beginning, but he was stuck in traffic for a really long time. And
he was pissed about somebody.
I posted about it. Hold on, let me.
Was that Herta? Was he? No, it wasn't. No.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, he was pissed about somebody being ahead of him.
Yeah.
And I think because he was right in that sweet spot, quote unquote sweet spot of dirty air, and he wasn't getting a draft.
It was
from
cooking
him.
The tires.
Yeah, and it was just killing the tires. But I mean, listen, to finish second 3 times in that race, and then to put on the performance that you did. I mean, it was a great race from Graham Rahal. My heart shattered when his third pit stop got botched.
Yeah, I know, because he should have been on the podium, and then
he dropped. Something happened where they dropped him to send him out, and then I don't think the jack released correctly, because then they prop him back up and then drop him again, and then he goes. And it immediately Hinchcliffe is on the broadcast, and he's like, that is you are looking at a 0% chance now of podium for Graham Rahal. And I'm like, that sucks.
He easily should have been on the podium. He was having a good race.
And that's that was 65 out of 85 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just can't imagine just doing 60 something laps of good hard racing, and then it's it just gets blown. Because of that. But it's I mean, I guess that's that's the sport. But it's
that's what's IndyCar and how they don't get a blue flag traffic. They immediately you can race the back markers just as hard as you're racing whoever's in front of you. It was Jacob Abel. Jacob Abel was the one keeping him.
That's right. Yes.
Ahead, keeping him ahead. But yeah, no, it was. But then you have, as soon as Alex Palou passes him, he gets over 4 seconds ahead in 2 seconds. The dude is wild. He's so good.
He is really on a burner right now, Alex Palou. I mean, 4 out of 5 wins in IndyCar Star. It's one of the best starts to a season
in 6 decades. Did they not?
We've ever seen in IndyCar. It's just the dude is on something, and Chip Ganassi Racing is on another planet right now, the way they feel, and it's just
and Zach Brown has to be sitting somewhere being fuck.
Yeah. Which, not also not like an entirely bad race for McLaren because you have
No,
Pato coming second. Christian Lundgaard, was started really low, so I don't think he ever really had a chance of making a podium. But the way he's also been driving too, I wouldn't count him out for
he still had
Indy 500.
He still had some of the shots they showed of Christian Lundgaard and the passes he was making.
Yeah,
Was still he was
great.
in it. Yeah, not gonna end up in the top 10 maybe, but he was in it.
Yeah.
Well, because then he had the penalty and a drive-through penalty in IndyCar.
Yeah.
Sucks. Because they really do drop down in their speed during.
They collapse in speed. It is like really far down.
I literally said I don't think Palou has the greatest track record with ovals, but like at this point he's killing it on all the street courses. Like doesn't really need it. But if he can ace the ovals, he's winning it halfway through the season.
I would love to be inside Alex Palou's head right now with the way that he's feeling and the elation that he's feeling in the sense of going into the Indy 500 with the way that the season has rolled right now. Like it's almost like I don't want to say it's a given because anything can happen in motorsports and anything can happen at the Indy 500. But it's like truly you've won 4 out of 5 races to start the IndyCar season. You are on an absolute burner of a season start. How do you not like go into this Indy 500 almost feeling like invincible? Like I'm gonna win this. It's going to be my race. Like everything in that car right now is just clicking for Alex, and it's like it's insane the absolute tear that he's on the start. But
interesting. So I googled how many points do you need to win the IndyCar Championship. You don't. It says to win the IndyCar Championship, you don't need a set number of points, but rather the most points accumulated throughout the season. This is from Aaron McLaren specifically. The driver with the highest total points at the end of the season wins. Points are awarded based on race finish, with the winner receiving 50 points, second place 40, and so on. So I guess
wait, okay, so that works exactly like F1 does.
Yeah, but it's not like Max needs to get to a certain number of race points to win it. I always thought I guess not. 2023 he was winning so much. That's why he could have won it. He won it so early because no one was ever catching him in second place.
Yeah, it's not like it's like the presidential election where it's like they need to get to 270 or whatever the amount is. It's just a matter of mathematically, if I get to this point and then every race from here on out, I get no points and I still win. Yeah. That's when I win it. That is, I wouldn't be. How many total races are on the IndyCar calendar? That is. Yeah. How many races does Indy?
Scott Dixon also had a crazy race. Speaking of Chip Ganassi, Scott Dixon was, I think, the biggest mover. I think he went up 13 places.
Yes,
top
he did.
6 or 5, whatever they show the faces in the leaderboard. Which great. Alex Palou was insane, but that's how you know the Chip Ganassi car is pretty damn good.
Yeah. So IndyCar has 17 races. These races are held at various venues, blah, blah, blah. It says has 16 races, has 17 races at 16 venues with a doubleheader at Iowa, which makes sense.
That's right after or before my birthday?
Whatever Alex Palou is doing right now is the right moves.
And he's calm, cool, and collected. There's nothing phasing him.
Yes. That's also the scary thing about it is it's not like he's winning these races and he's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Yeah. This is an insane run that we're on and everything. It's like after every race, he's still just like, we went out there and did what we needed to do. And, here we go. And it's like, even the reporter today was like, at the end of the race, the first question he said to him, he was like, man, you're making me run out of questions to ask.
Yeah, what the heck?
Because you're winning so much. I don't know what to ask you now. They
were probably so happy when Kyle Kirkwood won that one race because if he won all 5 out of 5 first,
oh my God,
what do we ask you? But yeah, I mean, he's insane. He was insane to watch. Because after the caution, the way that restart, he just
Oh, he took off on the restart.
I was like, can we talk about They got so excited. James Hinchcliffe was like, are we going to have a caution? Are we going to have a caution?
Who was it that was off on the grass? Oh, it was David Malukas, right.
Malukas reposted on Twitter, and he was like, you're welcome for my contribution.
Yeah. To IndyCar history, it was caused by David Malukas.
David Malukas.
I was watching it, and when they Malukas goes off and everything, they're literally sitting there, and they're like, how can it not be a caution?
Yeah, they were like, give it to him. They were like, let it happen.
I mean, honestly, he was far enough off the racetrack that I could understand if it wasn't a caution.
I think because it was just the grass, and I think it may be. But yeah, he reposted the video. I just pulled up and said, made a sacrifice for the fans with like this.
For the fans, yeah.
And they said,
thank you, David Malukas.
Underneath said, jokes aside, unfortunate result for the team. We're having a good race until we overheated. But yeah, no, they were so.
Is that why he went off? Actually, he was overheated.
Yeah, if you look at the video, because he reposted the video, he is smoking a little bit out the back of his car when they show him in the grass. But yeah, I mean, the first caution in over 400 laps.
Over 400.
The last time there was a caution, we were there.
We saw it. Yeah, we were watching it happen.
Because St. Pete feels like a lifetime ago.
That feels forever ago.
The fact that it's been over 400 laps.
I mean, even that was going to be another question from Punts and Pit Stops was how many laps has it been since?
I would have said over 400 because I think that's what they said on the broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, clean racing from everybody. You know, you had a couple taps here and there and everything and whatnot, but like you said, nothing to really kind of cause a chaos or a red flag or stuff like that. But it's just, yeah, I mean, I just keep going back to Alex Palou. He's just he's insane to watch. So good right now. He is just on cloud 9, just killing it. You know,
but I don't even like Max domination. I was getting a little bored with. I don't know if I just I like Max, but like Alex Palou, I'm not getting I'm not getting bored with it because I think the rest of the race is intense as well. Like the changes between. And maybe when Max was winning, it really wasn't changing like that. But, it was...
definitely... IndyCar, I will say, it does. I think Fox does a good job of showcasing different battles throughout the thing. Yeah. And I think also the back marker thing helps with that.
Yes.
You know, it's like when they're coming up to a back marker, it's not just an immediate pass. Like, it's a genuine, battle. This could cause chaos in the race. But it's definitely... I think Fox coverage has done a decent job of making the races exciting, entertaining, stuff like that. It is also only 4 out of 5 races that Alex Palou has won. So that's the thing. Max, we were 20 out of 24, I think it was.
No, he won all of them except for one.
No, because Perez won a couple races too.
Sorry. Yeah. Carlos, it was all Red Bull except
for Carlos. So that's the thing. So Max won 20 out of 24, Yeah. We could get to 15 out of 17 and we're like, Jesus fuck. Come on, Alex.
Ovals, you never know what you're ovals. Yeah. Never know what you're getting with the way they race on them. But
I mean, ovals I think throw a decent mix into it, I would love to see
of how much faster they go on an oval. No, I want to go see an oval in person. So
I would love to go see an oval in person. It's funny thinking about this now because when we were kids and you would think about NASCAR and they drive on ovals, you were like, oh, that's so boring. They're just driving around a circle, and now we're like, get us on an oval, right? But.
No, I've looked at the schedule. Trust me, I've looked at the schedule and be like, what oval could we go to? I wish they went to Dover or Pocono so bad.
God, I would love to see F1 on an oval track.
It'd be wild.
It'd be so insane. They would have to brake so much harder because they're not as good at, IndyCar. Well, maybe they wouldn't actually, because when I looked it up, it said IndyCars were faster at a top speed than F1 cars. But F1 cars are more designed to handle the turns and
because IndyCar doesn't have the power steering. They have to.
True, yeah, they're turning it themselves.
Yeah, the strength within.
But yeah, I mean, I'm pumped for it. I like that they do this road course race before the Indy 500 at Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Because it definitely builds hype. Like,
oh yeah.
Getting
It's just the
on
entire
to-
month of May is at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
getting them onto like even part of the oval is like, ooh, like it's almost here. Like you're like, oh, it's so close, you know. But I love it. I think it was a great race. I had a blast with it. I can't really think of anything else to kind of
Well, also, this isn't about the race. I watched the first Indy Next race on Friday night, and Santino Ferrucci was in the booth, like commentating with them.
Yeah.
Great job. He was insane. He was so good to listen to. Yeah, I was highly impressed. Very, very impressed to listen to him. He sounded like he's been doing it for like his entire life. So I was very impressed. But
nice.
No, there's just something about IMS and like the fact that they all live there for the entire month.
Yeah.
And like half of them are living in their campers for the entire month. Like
is like that's gotta help so much with the feeling of Indy 500 and being there for this race and everything, because it's like, you know, once you get there, you have that solace of like, all right, I'm here for a little bit, you know, like it's not like F1 triple header where it's like, okay, I'm in Imola and then
Monaco,
2 days later, then I'm in Monaco, and then 3 days later, I'm in Spain. You know, it's like, I'm constantly moving. You know, it's definitely got to help with it.
They have a sense of normalcy. Like, they can create their own normal routine.
Right. They can make
IMS.
a routine. Yeah. They can, you know, get settled and everything. You don't feel like you're living out of a suitcase.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely, it's got to help with it.
The team members, too, because, like, so many of the teams, like, are based out of Indianapolis. So, like, half of like all the workers probably don't live far, so like it has to
go home.
It has to feel very nice. But yeah, good. It was a good race. Very good race.
Very happy with it. Yeah, I am beyond excited for the Indy 500.
Same.
I think you have between Alex Blow dominance. We've talked a lot about Christian Lundgaard. You got Joseph Newgarden, who is always just a wild card or a strong contender.
Well, he's going for that 3 in a row.
I mean, if he hits the 3-peat, you're seeing history. Alex wins, you're seeing history there. Like it's a whole.
Can Pato finally do it? Yeah, it's
right. Can Pato finally do it? What like I said, what can Christian Lundgaard do? Because he's been so good so far for McLaren. Like it's crazy.
It was funny. It was like what do they call them? The upfronts in New York this entire week for like all different TV shows and stuff coming out. So I think yesterday was Fox or the other day was Fox. So there was a big Fox Sports thing, and so Joseph Newgarden went. Yeah, he's a past winner. So I think he might have been interviewed by Aaron Andrews for a segment, which is cool.
Oh wow!
I saw him with stuff doing with like the football crew, but then he was on a stage with Michael Strahan and David Letterman, and David Letterman was like, "No, I like Joseph. He's nice. He's good." He's like, "But I don't want to annoy him."
Yeah, he's like, he's a great guy, but I don't want to fucking win the race. Yeah,
he's like, there's this team like Ray Hall, Letterman. I would hope someone would win. Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it's a fun time for Fox, and the show comes out soon. So they did show a little preview of that today during the broadcast.
Did they?
Yeah, it was like a meeting between Alex Palou and 2 people at Chip Ganassi and stuff, and like. Yeah, so. It was giving more of a Drive to Survive feel, I have to say. Like, I felt like the setup around him and, like, the staged meeting was... Yeah.
I can see Fox. I can understand if Fox is going to do a little bit more of that format just because they want to hop on that hype and everything and make it very similar. But I hope it doesn't become as staged and as scripted as Drive to Survive is sometimes.
Yeah, because that's why I like it so much better, because it is not, like, it's so not scripted.
Right,
and, like,
it's a docuseries.
You get to know the drivers more personally, like, and all that stuff, so I hope it doesn't become like that either. But yeah, moving on to Imola. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention at the beginning? This is kind of going back to weekly news. So F1 Academy is adding a 3rd race in Montreal because the one got canceled in Miami.
Yes,
I'll see a 3rd one.
That's great for you guys.
Yeah, the first race on, I think they're going to do practice and qualifying Friday, and then they'll do race 1 and race 2 on Saturday, and then race 3 on Sundays. But race 1 on Saturday will be the starting grid they had set in Miami.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
So it'll be that starting grid.
I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully they open up the gates early enough to let people in. Because like I know in Miami they were on track at one time for qualifying or something, and the gates weren't open.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So like people were annoyed, but I think Terry responded like, "I'm happy they got this figured out, but it does suck that they got shorted." And I said, "I do too." I said, I felt like if it was a normal drivers parade and not the Legos driver parade in Miami, they maybe would have been able to hold off a little bit longer.
Right. Would have been able to make it work. Yeah.
But yeah, Imola. Let me pull up the tire graphic because we got a new tire this weekend, people.
Before we do our predictions as well, I want to hear everybody else's.
Oh, you want to do that first?
I want to do that first. I want to hear everybody else's thoughts before we make our own predictions.
Can I do the tire thing first or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So this weekend we are being introduced to the C6 tires. The first one, it's making its debut this weekend, along with the C4, which is the hardest, and C5, which is the mediums. C6 is the softest. It's saying it should provide even more grip over a fast lap. And Imola as a track is less abrasive than the other. Like on the Pirelli graphic thing, it's out of 2 for asphalt abrasion, so it should not be. Hopefully not help, but I think they're using them for Spain and Monaco too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking. Monaco, yes, and Canada actually, yes. They're using
Oh,
the C6.
nice.
So to hopefully get some good data, and then they can.
You're gonna see a lot
everything.
of God damn.
But yes, you want to hear everyone's predictions.
I want to hear everyone's predictions first. If you do as well, it's.
Well, I read some of them, but I will.
All right.
I guess on Instagram too. So let me pull that up just to see if people gave their Instagram weird today.
On the Insta.
His helmet is home. Pato O'Ward. Okay. So the first one is from Frey. She posted, this is not even like a podium prediction. She just posted that she thinks Franco's going to do better than Pierre and put K-bye. It's still Lulu. Don't come at me, people.
Franco doing better than Pierre. That'd be a hell of a way to make an entrance. I'll say that.
Yeah, that'd be insane. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to pull it up. Then I have someone with the name Miss Clip saying, I predict Oscar Lando Kimi. A Kimi podium at his home race will be epic. I need to see my McLaren boys get a 1-2 live, so I'm manifesting you. If you're going to the race, I think I would want to see him.
Yeah.
You want to see who you want on the podium.
Absolutely.
Chris said a Kimi podium this weekend is the hope and prediction. Tanya said Ferrari, Mercedes, and McLaren podium, not in that order. I said I'm here for this.
Okay.
She just said teams. Her name's Ella, I believe I'm saying that correctly, says, I don't know about predictions, but I want a certain Italian to win. And then in parentheses go, it's Piastri. So, well, I think we're going off of, it's almost been a year since he's been officially adopted into the Leclerc family, so.
That's fair, but as soon as I heard I want an Italian to win, I thought she was going to say Kimi. Yeah.
This is from Paul, or aka Mayor Creator on Threads. He wants Kimi P1, Oscar P2, Max P3.
Okay, all right.
This is from Gabriella. Kimi on the podium and super crossing fingers for Lewis and Charles get a podium. That would be amazing for those 3. I agree. Oh, someone on Instagram said Ferrari have their worst race of the season. So okay,
wow.
Sure. Who the hell posted that?
That is coming directly at you.
Yeah, who posted this? Look, this is someone we know with like a burner account.
Yeah, who's lying here? Who's making a fake account?
Yeah, who's making a fake account and saying they want no one. And then this is Vanessa to say Leo wins the Grand Prix, which I
Leo
also
wins the Grand Prix. That'd be good. Yep. That'd be very good.
They keep posting pictures of Leo and when he made his appearance last year in that paddock, and he looks like a different dog. He's so tiny.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's still so tiny, but he was even tinier then. Yeah.
He fit in the Charles one hand. That was the video when Carlos posted and Leo's just pooping in the paddock, and Charles was like, I don't have a bag.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So that is the F1 Threads Mailbag predictions. Some good ones. Kind of a reoccurring theme, I think.
Yeah.
I can give mine if you want me to.
Yeah.
I'm going full Delulu, okay?
I might be joining you.
I'm going Kimmy P1. Like I said, full
Mhm.
Delulu. Kimmy P1. And I'm going to follow, who was it? Gabrielle posted. I don't care who it is and what order, but Ferrari P2 and P3. I'll say it like that. We're going to have an all Italian-centered.
So you know what? I'm gonna join you. You stole my idea exactly. I'm gonna go Charles P1,
Oh!
Lewis P2, Kimi P3.
Okay. So
That's where
not
I'm going.
P1.
I'm gonna try to put a little realism in there with the Kimi
Yeah.
P3, but I think I don't know because Ferrari's bringing upgrades, right? Are they not?
I don't know. I saw they were, but then I saw that they weren't going to be bringing anything, so I don't know. All I know is this where they can turn it around before next week, where that car is going to hate Monaco circuit
Yeah.
so much, or is it Charles Leclerc magic next week in Monaco because he can drive that track with his eyes closed, can pull that car across again?
That'd be great to see him do a double.
Oh, I'd be a
Or
mess
what,
again.
repeat, yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know what they're fully bringing. I don't know fully yet. I think tomorrow, because they'll be there setting up more.
Yeah, well,
But-
no, more information as the week goes on. But I'm gonna go Charles Lewis Kimmy.
Okay. I saw this before we finish. People were posting it today. It was from an article. Like Kimmy fan pages were posting snippets from it, basically saying how he lives so close to that track. Like he's from Bologna, is that how you say the city name in Italy?
Yeah.
So he's gonna be sleeping at home because it's like a 20-minute drive. He's gonna be sleeping at home. All of his family's coming. I think the article even said like some of his classmates are coming. He's like, I don't get to go on field trips with them, so I'm bringing them to the track.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have Kimmy's first official home race. We also have Lewis's first official home race as a Ferrari driver.
Yep.
Tifosi and the Italians are going to be insane.
You know what? This is going to tell you the state that I'm at now because I'm pretty hungry. The only thing I could think of when you said Kimmy was going to be staying at home and that his entire family
like a good cooked
be there,
meal.
He's going to get a good cooked Italian meal when he goes home from the race. And that's got to hit on like such an amazing level. Like I can't even like begin to fathom how well that would be. Just like you come home from day one, you do FP1, FP2, you're exhausted, you had a good day, bad day, whatever it is, right?
Mom's like, here's a bowl of delicious pasta or something, homemade pizza.
My God.
Some antipasta.
I would love it.
Yeah, that would be so good.
That'd be so nice to have.
So yeah. And then watch him put like the performance of a lifetime and he'll be like, it was all my home, it was all that home cooking.
It was all my mom's cooking. That's it.
But yeah, I'm excited to see him with his first official. The fact that like I feel like it's like saying Charles's home race is Monaco because he's from so close to Imola, to the track. VCAR posted a good picture today, like a GPS from
Oh yes.
They're like, I responded, I was like, hope you pack snacks.
Yeah, they got a crazy
drive.
long remote. It's a 20-minute drive for them.
I think Paddock Passion was like, is that walking or driving?
Is that walking or driving?
But yes, Imola should be. Hopefully, we get to hear that Italian national anthem somehow, whether it's for Ferrari or whether it's for Kimi Antonelli.
Yep.
Because let me tell you, last week when they were playing it when the Pope was getting announced. Or do we have some like crazy thing how the Pope is American and no one thought the Pope was going to be American and we got like a Haas on the podium?
If I'm going to pull a quote from Dad here. If a Haas gets on a podium this weekend,
Imola,
I'll fucking run down the street naked.
There you go. Maybe it'll be Ollie. Like him and Kimmy can't do everything together, so they're like attached at the hip.
True, they are attached at the hip.
I think they gave an interview last week saying that when Kimmy's done with school and he moves to Monaco, he's going to live with Ollie. That's going to look like a frat house.
That does not shock me whatsoever.
No, it doesn't shock me either. But yeah, that is Imola. Should be a good one.
Should be a good one. I'm excited.
First Euro triple header of the season.
Yep.
Good races. The 9 a.m. races are here, people.
You love to see it. Just wake up, have a nice cup of coffee, watch a race.
Watch a race. Go on today.
Go on today. You have your whole day ahead of you.
Race is done by 11.
Yeah.
Go on today.
Lovely.
No rush. But yes, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I got nothing.
We'll close this out. Thank you for joining us for episode
108.
108. Like
There
I
it
said, I
is.
keep forgetting. 108. We'll be back next week with Imola recap, and we will predict. We can also probably do Imola recap and Indy 500 qualifying recap as well, because I'm sure there'll be crazy things that happen.
I'm sure.
And then we will predict where my Delulu didn't steer me wrong last year. I went full Delulu with that prediction, and it came.
You gotta run it back next. You gotta
I gotta run it back. I'm going to. We will predict Monaco and the Indy 500. Thank you for always giving us a listen. Go give us a follow over on Instagram and Threads at underground circuit _, Twitter or X UG Circuit Pod, TikTok underground underscore circuit. I can't read them.
There it is.
When we have underground and underscore, like it's a tongue.
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah, they're at the bottom of the screen. You've been watching us the entire time, but like I said, we will be back next week. Thank you so much. And Forza Ferrari, on with that.
We'll see you next week, people.